Wednesday, September 30th, 2020, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So the political season has started in earnest in the United States. I usually don't follow politics, but I will link it to economics, of course. I will say that no matter who is selected on November 3rd, or we might even have to wait a long time to see who is selected to be president, no matter who is selected or elected, the national debt will keep mushrooming. The American public will continue to be ripped off from the fruits of their labor through a rapidly devaluing legal tender fiat currency. That I'm sure will happen no matter who is selected on November 3rd. And why do I say selected? Well, because I don't think it really matters who's in power. We've seen since 1980 that the national debt has gone from just under $1 trillion to almost 30 trillion now, and it doesn't matter which side is in power. Yes, there's a little difference of ideology on each side, but there's no difference in the ideology of big government, and big government only benefits special interests, right? And politicians. And if you don't believe me, just listen to what President Woodrow Wilson said, and I quote the president: "Some of the biggest men in the United States in the field of commerce and manufacture are afraid of somebody, are afraid of something. They know that there is a power somewhere so organized, so subtle, so watchful, so interlocked, so complete, so pervasive, that they had better not speak above their breath when they speak in condemnation of it." So whoever that power is, they're still in charge. I'm not here to speculate about that. I'm just here to try to give you my opinion that things won't change that much. And that's why you need to look after yourself and not try to hope that someone called Trump or Biden will come and save the day. I think it's up to the individual to look after themselves, look after their family, and do the best they can. I think believing in Santa Claus makes more sense than believing that politicians are going to do something for you. At least when you believe in Santa Claus, you get some presents from your parents and you don't have to pay for it. But when you believe in politicians, you get ripped off through taxation, through inflation, through regulations, through diktats nowadays. Politicians telling you you can't leave your home, politicians telling you you should wear a mask. That's what you get for believing in politicians. So I would say I'd rather believe in Santa Claus than politicians. That's how much I respect them. So there you go. As I've said, the national debt, the fiat currency, legal tender currency we're forced to use is going to continue to lose value. And why is that? Well, because the system has come to a juncture where the debt can't be serviced anymore. You need an economy that is growing. You need an economy that is generating income to cover the cost of the debt. It's just like an individual or a family. If they take on a lot of debt, and all the people in that family that work to pay that debt lose their job, they can't cover the debt. And it's the same thing happening to the country. And it's not just the United States. It's the whole Western world. It's the UK. It's Italy. It's Spain, Portugal. These countries are all bankrupt. And that's why they're keeping interest rates manipulated at zero, the central banks and the governments, because they're trying to kick the destruction of this system down the road. I personally think that if this system implodes and collapses, we have a choice to go to a system where we have small government, where we don't have a national debt, where we have a currency or money of the free market that we decide to use, a currency that doesn't need to be created through the issuance of the national debt, because that's what we've had and that's what we still got. So do I really care who is selected in November? Not really. Did I watch the debate? No, I didn't. But I've heard that it was quite a debate. The Wall Street Journal calls it Trump and Biden clash in contentious first debate. The FT says Biden and Trump clash in chaotic presidential debate. So I actually think these two candidates reflect the mood of the nation. Unfortunately, a lot of chaos, a lot of division, and it's not going to get better. But as an individual, you can shelter yourself, in my opinion, through living in the real world, through looking after yourself, after your health, looking after your family, trying to be productive and earn an income. Not let your outgoings be bigger than your income, paying off debt and getting out of this financial system. So that's my view or message for the day. With that, let's look at where the markets are this morning. It's just before 8:30 a.m. London. Gold and silver did well yesterday. Gold got back up to just around 1900. Silver got into the mid 24s or just above 24, I think 24.30 or thereabouts. This morning, they've corrected back a little bit. Right now, spot gold is at 1884, down about $12 or just over 2/3% lower. Silver is down 1.7% at 23.75. As I've said, if you look at precious metals as insurance, as protection versus this crazy world, you should not be concerned by the sharp moves up or down in the precious metals. In my opinion, they're going to protect your hard-earned monetary savings in the long term. You want to try to be outside the system as much as possible, I think. So the stock markets, they're not doing very well either. Yesterday, the stock markets didn't have a very good day. The Dow finished down 130, S&P finished down 16, NASDAQ finished down 32. So they were down about 0.5%. NASDAQ was down about 1/3. This morning, we've got the Dow future down 125 here, down another 0.5%. S&P, the same thing, down about 0.4, and the NASDAQ 100 future is down just over 0.5%. So we're seeing a little bit of a sell-off here in the stock market. The currencies are off a little bit here. We're seeing the pound or sterling down about 1/3 or 45 pips at 128.13. We're seeing the euro come off a little bit, down 0.18% at 117.22. The dollar is unchanged versus the yen at 105.65. Crude oil is down 1/3. WTI is at 39.11. And the 10-year yield is at 0.654, up 1 basis point. So again, the bond market is very stable, not going anywhere anytime soon. Yes, it has ticked up a bit in terms of prices. We've gone from around 0.67 to 0.65, but that's a minimal move, I would say. So there you go. Yeah, don't let the kabuki theater of politics distract you. Yes, maybe it's good entertainment just to watch it, but I wouldn't count on Trump or Biden to make anyone's life better. Only you can do that. And that's the way it's always been. Don't depend on politicians for help. I would say it's probably better to believe in Santa Claus than believe in politicians, as I said earlier. So there you go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Please share it far and wide. Think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and all these other platforms below here. I wish you all a great day. Take care. Bye.